All right. Hi, everybody. This is Lucy. I'm a dating coach and a matchmaker. And today I have a very special guest. I have two dating coaches in our group, and I have a special guest whose name is Xiaoli. And she is going to introduce herself and tell us a little bit who she is and what she do. Xiaoli?
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you all. And Lucy, thank you for inviting me. So I'm a dating coach too. I'm mainly for ladies. I'm a dating coach for ladies, for single women. So when Lucy invited me for this talk, I'm glad because if you know my story, I actually found my husband online on Match.com. That's why it's a perfect time now. We today talk about online dating. I do believe online dating, but it takes a right mindset and a right strategy. Okay, Lucy.
Thank you, Xiaoli. Yes, you already started a conversation about online dating, and we talk about it in a group, and a lot of people were interested about online dating because it is a big topic right now that during the quarantine, everyone is wondering how to meet the right person and how to connect with the other person. And what is available to us is online dating. And I would like to say to everybody to join us in a conversation. Please make the comments in the live video. Send us your questions. We would love to answer them and interact with us. Give us a like if you're listening, if you're watching us. Definitely would like to hear from you and see what questions you might have about online dating. Today, Xiaoli and we got ready few tips for you that you can immediately use in your online dating and have a better dating experience and meet the right person in your life. So, Xiaoli, we are going to be talking about first of all is the dating profile, because that's the most important thing in everybody's when it comes to online dating, because I do believe that everyone has a 3 to 6 seconds to influence somebody to that this profile is somebody they want to talk to, they want to connect to. So what will be your first tip when it comes to a profile?
I think online dating it's like our personal branding. So the very first step to me is the profile, the photo, because a photo is a very first impression for people to know you and to decide if they want to click, the whole profile summary. That's why just think about it. If you go a job interview, right? You were dressed up nice and you want to present the best version of yourself. And the same as online dating. But I noticed that as many people actually didn't really pay attention on the photo. They just have a little selfie or very casually, on the profile photo. And here is the thing. So many ladies I'm coaching with, they always say, I couldn't find quality people online. I said, oh, how can you say that? Oh, look at the picture. I'm already decided not to, just click their profiles. See, here's the first impression. This is why it's important is if you do decide to find, the love of your life online and give a little effort about your photo. And I would even suggest that take a professional photo if possible. If it's not like right now, I know it's a quarantine, you can ask a good friend, who is good at a photo shooting, just to give you a little more proper professional, photo shoot instead of taking the selfie in a bathroom, things like that. That actually will not do you good if you want to attract quality people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Xiaoli.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with this. It's the investment that you're putting in your profile, and it's the people you are gonna attract. If you are gonna put effort, they can see the effort in your dating profile. By the way, I want to say thank you to Antonio for a like on our video. Antonio, if you have any questions, shoot us a comment or a question. And my tip for the dating profile would be to capture your lifestyle. it's not only that you capture, professional picture, which are beautiful, and I do believe they're very, very important to have a very good headshot, as Xiaoli was mentioning, and having a quality pictures. But it's also about capturing your lifestyle and saying who you are on the pictures. If you like hiking, take a picture in the nature. If you like reading books, take a picture in the library. Be creative. I think the pictures are very important because, as I said, you have probably 3 to 6 seconds to influence somebody that they should like your profile. And if they see that you have something in common when it comes to pictures, you have more chances to connect with somebody just through your pictures. And it is very important. And when I personally look online dating photos or profiles, I do see the lack of investment into the profile. People are not investing enough time to create something more meaningful and connection. I want to remind everybody that you're looking for a partner, a quality partner, and you should invest quality time into creating a good profile. So those are our good tips from Xiaoli and me. And now we are going to move to.
So actually, before you move that next one, I want to just give you a little bit of my personal experience. I met my husband online, right? Match.com. Actually, I had two different type of, trying online. The first time I didn't have a dating coach, so I would just go online and took a selfie, everything. So I was attracting the people I don't really interested, not interested, don't want to talk to. So second attempt is after a few months later, I decided to hire a dating coach, and I followed her suggestion, and I took a professional photo. The attraction, the online communication, it's just totally different ball game. And I'm getting like how many hits, like my total time online. I think the first month it was 5,000 views on my online profile. Mm-hmm. So that you can see with that views how many people were writing to me, right? This is how I found my husband. That's why to me, I do believe it's the very first critical step.
Yeah,
from my personal experience.
Yes, absolutely. I want to say thank you to Ryan and David for likes. Glad guys you're watching and listening, and if you have a comment, let us know. And so as we were saying, the profile is really, really important, and investing time and energy into creating something meaningful is going to pay off and going to bring the quality matches you are looking for. So let's talk a little bit about the first text message, because we know that a lot of people are lacking this experience. And when I used to be online dating, I was always getting messages like, hi, and nothing else. And those messages were not necessarily connecting with me. So Xiaoli, what will be your tip for the first message?
So because I'm coaching for women, and sometimes they will show me, the first message from guys or first message they signing up. So I found out that there's two interesting things. For guys, it's majority of them will be say hi there, very simple. And for ladies, they will tend to getting too serious. Like the first very message is like, tell me about yourself. So to me, that's an interview question. That's not dating question. Or some ladies will, how long have you been divorced? That's the very first message. And or another is, what are you looking for in relationship? So this is not a really good starter for your first marriage, first message. The first message has to be fun, because you want to build a connection, to each other, to see if you guys like each other. So for ladies, it will be more toning down those serious questions instead of pick something from the profile you're interested in and start the conversation.
Thank you, Xiaoli.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to add?
No, go ahead. We can just add in to each other. Yeah.
So yes, absolutely great point. Make something fun, make the connection fun when you are connecting with somebody. you were also mentioning that women are making it too personal when it comes to the question, and they want to go to the core. They really want to go to the very heavy questions. So for ladies to stay a little bit on the lighter note, and for men, I would suggest, because I do work with a lot of men, I would suggest to put a little bit more effort into the texting, the first message. Just saying hi is not going to take you far. When I used to the online dating, I would literally just delete the messages. I know it's not something that I should have done, but I got so many messages saying hi, and it was never connecting with me. And I wanted somebody who is going to connect with me. And if I had somebody who would look at my profile and even pictures, and I have my hiking pictures, I love hiking, and somebody would say, hey, where do you hike? I see the mountain. What mountain do you hike? That was something really personal to me. And I knew that person is interested in hiking, is interested in me, did a little bit of work, that he looked at my profile, look at my pictures, and was interested in connecting with me. And I was looking for that connection. And that's kind of message that I would 100% respond. And it is absolutely important that you find something on their profile, as Xiaoli was saying. Now I am saying in a little bit different words, but still both saying the same message, that you find something that you can comment and make the right connection with somebody when it comes to the profile. So you have options to read the profile or comment on the pictures. Those are online dating. Those are easy way how to send the right message.
Yeah. So also it's just a little like tips, because we all know not many people probably experience the online dating. So just to excuse other people if they did that to you. And however, it takes two people's effort, right? So let's say for gentlemen, if you find this lady attractive, but then she's like, okay, tell me about yourself. This is a big topic, right? It's really hard. So you can come back, say, okay, I would love to. What specifically you want to know about me? That way they will narrow down. So help the lady a little bit, like to get the conversation going, instead of just go nowhere or go dark. Same thing as ladies. If you get the message from guys, just say hi there. It could be, the gentleman is not very expressive, or he's not experienced online dating. He didn't know what to say. And you can come back, say, hey, you can come the question, oh, I see your profile. You hike at this place, blah, blah, blah. So you can start the conversation instead of deleted them if you really profile, right?
No,
so, yeah, no. For me, it's like we both take an effort and to learn, understanding, the opposite people from the different perspective. That's how the online conversation can get going. Yeah.
Yes, I hear you, and I am sorry for everybody who I deleted.
I think that too, but I learned.
But I have to say that for me, I really like when people connect with me. I really like that, and I appreciate people who think and who really want to do the work for relationship. I look at it as they're open to a relationship. They're open to do the work. And so for me, it was kind of like a first filter, knowing who wants to do the work, because I do believe that relationships are big, hard work. And if somebody is not willing to do the work in the beginning, I just wasn't going there wasting my time. I just saw it as going to be a waste of my time. But I understand there can be a really good amount of guys who are a little bit shy and just don't know what to say and having difficulties formulating the first message. So if you are that guy who is having the trouble, try to look at her profile and comment on the pictures or comment on the profile. It's gonna make such a big difference for your first text message. And I want to say thank you, Ryan, for your comments. I can read them. Thank you. You are saying that balance is important. Yes, absolutely, balance is important when it comes to texting and messaging the first message. So let's move to our communication. So you made a first impression when it comes to first text message, and now you are interacting with a person online. Xiaoli, what will be your tip for the communication?
So my experience, for myself, online dating or for helping all the single ladies, and I realized this part is the most delicate part of the communication online dating process. So you could finding someone interesting on the profile, but then communication can just go dark. People just don't carry that communication over. And I think it's like I said, it takes two people's effort to carry the communication. But however, we should certainly still, the purpose of online communication is to see you guys want to meet in person instead of online, communicate forever. That's why there's a certain topic I should avoid during this online communication, like politics, your past relationships, where this relationship go. Oh, this too heavy and not yet. I mean, there's a time you will talk about that, but in the beginning, it is really to see you have a fun together. You guys are same value in a way in terms of passion for what you do in life, and then it's quickly in a way to put from online to texting and to offline and seeing each other. So this process, I don't know, Lucie, what do you think? How long this should be? Like from online to offline, the communication continue?
I do believe in personal connection. So I always advise my clients to go on a date as soon as possible, because I do believe that online conversation is beautiful. But it should be just the opening kind of door to a meeting, because that's your goal, to go under that meeting and meet that person in face to face. Because some people are better online, and you want to really know their personality, who they are, because behind the computer, their personality could be a little bit different, because the screen kind of gives a certain privacy, and so you really want to go on a date as soon as possible and really meet the person face to face and find out if you have a great connections, and if there are all butterflies in it, and so really I suggest to go on a date as soon as possible. So that will be definitely my advice. And it's interesting, Xiaoli, that you are saying that what's the difference between men and women when it comes to the communication. I know some people love communication online, and they try to connect with people and trying to make sure that they connect on a deeper level. But I still believe that the personal connections are the best. And also what I was going to say, when I work with men, usually the question about conversation is very different. Usually my clients are asking how long should be the text message that I send and how often I should be texting or communicating with the person online. And so I would say there is no necessarily limit when it comes to texting. However, there are a few things that I would like you to pay attention. If I say don't send long essays unless the person, the other person you are talking to loves essays. If the person has a very long profile, when it's like an essay written, then you can write something very essay related. I would say always match their energy with your energy. But if you are gonna send very long essay to a person who is very expressive and likes to go to the point, it's going to be really not connecting with that person. So I would always say match their energy. And when it comes to frequency, how often you should be texting or communicating with a person, I would say do it when you feel you can. I don't want you to obsess. Every time you get a notification, you have to go online and respond it. I would say absolutely don't do it. Do it when it fits in your schedule. Let's say after work, you get home and you get online, you logged in, and you want to respond to the message. If you are going to be responding right away when you get notification, it looks a little bit too much needy, and some people don't respond really well to the text message. But at the same time, don't respond 3 days later. It's there is a balance between, you know, avoiding the communication and saying, oh, I know there's like a myth saying I'm gonna let the person wait 3 days. I don't believe that. I am not a big believer in 3 days kind of waiting or something. I believe that if you like the person, make the effort. However, don't make that effort in too needy, too thinking that it almost like the person start feeling like, oh, that's too much, that's too much. So I would say, you know, just relax, just do it as it's comfortable. um Antonio says, I think good way is to sums it up, depends. I don't know, Antonio, which point was it? I just got that text. So
So yeah, like I totally agree, Lucy. Online dating is, I always tell my clients, you cannot go into gym 1 month to trying to lose weight. So online dating is a marathon in a way, it's not a sprint. So what you do is you don't have to obsess with online dating, but think about like going to gym. If you go to gym exercise, maybe once, per day or 45 minutes per day, that you can do with your online dating. Like Lucy said, after, work, maybe 5 to 6 p.m. is your time to reply all the, text messages or emails, or maybe 7 to 8, whatever works for you. You can just chunking down the time in that certain time. So the other time you can just do the, other things. That way it's not, you feel like you're constantly on the apps.
right.
It's like thinking about going to gym, right? You go to certain time, and then after you're done, you don't even think about it. You do, something else. Yeah.
And most of the apps, people can see if you're online, and you don't want the other person to know that you are online, and you are not replying to them. And they would feel frustrated, like, how, in women's mind, usually it goes like, who is he chatting with? If he's online and he's not texting me, all of a sudden you are not giving her the priority. She doesn't feel like you are connecting with her. And so be careful, knowing or connecting on, being on the app all the time. It's very, very important to see that, the person doesn't feel like you are not making her a priority, or connecting with her. So Xiaoli,
So
yeah.
yeah, in terms of the texting, the length, I think it's from what I know about ladies, they actually want to more talk instead of texting. But sometimes they're afraid because the guys not initiate the call. So they keep texting, but they actually really prefer the guys to call them instead of texting. So this is why I think both of, the parties can just, if something doesn't resonate with you, you can just say, hey, can we just hop on the phone, have a chat instead of texting? Personally, to me, I'm not texting person. Texting to me is a little fun, like a short, sweet. But anything goes to deeper, like a long discussion, I always say, hey, how about have a little chat if you have a time, so you can hear each other's voice.
Yes.
And I have a lady, actually, she told me she been texting this guy. They just met, and they texting 3 hours just right off the app. And then after that, the guy's not, reply back anymore, and he's gone. It's just like too much.
Right.
So I think back to Antonio, and his point is it depend on the people. If both of you love to texting, that's fine. But if one person doesn't like texting and another one, so you can always tell them, hey, I prefer to talk.
Yes. And I have to say, it's very sexy to hear from a man make the suggestion for the woman, let's connect on the phone and let's talk, or let's go on a date.
Yes.
I find it extremely sexy when men does it, because I do believe there's a lot of masculine energy and the power saying that. And I know the clients that I work with sometimes are fearing saying that. they are afraid that the woman actually will say no, or sometimes they actually fear that the woman will say yes, which I find it ironic, but it's 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 interesting that, you know, sometimes men don't want to ask that question. And but I do believe that's the most important question that you can ask when you are communicating with somebody, and find a connection, because you really want to bring those connections in a face-to-face or on the phone right now, because the quarantine and everything, you know, bring the conversation on a more depth, and then connect, you know, on the phone and chat for 20, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever feels good for both of you. That's, you know, that's already your but I do believe that you will have a better connection on the phone or on the face-to-face when you are with somebody. Let's see, Ryan is saying, let's connect on the phone. That's like a next step opener.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yes,
agree. Yeah.
absolutely, Ryan. It's something that that's actually the goal that the online dating is about. You really, that's your goal, to bring the conversation away from online dating to something more personal, something more you can connect with the person. Okay.
In general, I would say from the women's perspective, they actually prefer or like guys take in charge.
That's
You know,
right.
let's have a call, let's have a Zoom video chat, or let's meet for coffee, and it actually excites women if men initiate that.
Yes, but I have to make a comment here for guys, saying that, you know, make sure that a woman wants to connect with you, because I, you know, used to get so many messages that men would just, you know, throw the message out there, which is fine. I am very open person who will jump on the call, and I prefer that. I really love that. But there are some women who love a little bit more introduction before going on a phone call. So some men would say, you know, instead of a long conversation, let's connect on the phone, and they use it as a first opener, as a first message. Some women love it, some women don't. So you have to be really careful when you're, you know, sharing this message. I think your safest thing is chat a little bit and then send a message. That's probably the best way. But you know, it's a 2020, almost 2021, and women are becoming more open about, you know, communicating on the phone. And some of the women really love, you know, just not wasting their time and connecting directly, because they know they can find out about who you are very quickly. But
Oh yeah,
I would say, you know, it depends on the woman. It depends. It really, you know, you have to find the right person who is more open to that.
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so that was our tips for today. And I would like to say thank you, Xiaoli, for coming today and sharing your wisdom and sharing your knowledge
Welcome.
with us. I would like to remind everybody that we have a Zoom dates, blind dates, that are events that we have set up. And I would like to invite everybody to join us, because it's going to be fun. I'm going to be moderating those blind Zoom dates, and I hope everyone is going to join. It's going to be fun. It's another way how to connect with other people. And I know how hard it is right now during the pandemic, but I would like to invite you and connect with us. And thank you, Xiaoli. Is there anything you would like to add or share with us at the end?
Well, I think it's because of the time stream. Online dating, actually, there's a lot to learn. You know, there's another big piece. Maybe we can talk next time. Is the profile, how to write your profile to be unique, just like you said, to be who you are. Instead of you go online, you see people writing, they all, you know, sound similar, right? This is how, you know, to present who you are. There's a much more in terms of how to do online dating, you know, research to find the people you like. So ladies, gentlemen, if you really want to give online dating a try, it's important to just put some effort, you know, gain some knowledge. It's not, it's like a piece of a project, like you gotta to learn the process instead of just throw yourself, online and get frustrated and then complaining online dating is not working. Online dating does work.
Yes, it definitely does. All right. Thank you, Xiaoli. Good night, everybody. And we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.
Merry Christmas to all. Bye.